Very good morning to all of you. My name is Tanin and I'm here to introduce generative AI with reference to the generative AI and non-technical introduction. Here we're going to see how generative AI is defined, compare generative AI with that of artificial intelligence, artificial computational intelligence. We also see a couple of use cases which revolves around generative AI. And yeah, we close this with understanding why now, why generative AI now. So this is where the content is. I'll introduce the generative AI to you. Comparative study of AI and the generative AI. What does Gardner to say about Gen AI in today's time? The different Gen AI systems, application and uses. Some of the use cases of image to image conversion using the Gen AI. The other applications of commonly used applications using Gen AI and the drivers of Gen AI. We've been seeing this image for quite some time where it tries to explain the outermost layer is the artificial intelligence, and basically it is to program computers or machines to simulate or mimic human behaviors or brain. We also have understood that machine learning, which is the inner layer to the AI. Here the ML is not only to simulate but learn from the environment, but also improve on its performance based on the corpus of data which is facilitated. And obviously the deep learning, DL, it's a layered network, neural network, a part of the machine learning, uses a further amount of larger data than machine learning. With this, let me introduce the Gen AI as well. Here, we're not trying to mimic or trying to simulate or learn from the environment or use deep learning, but beyond that, we're trying to generate, or as the name goes, generate new text, new content. It could be this content would be text, images, new music, new codes, or new synthetic data. Why synthetic data? The availability of data is not very easy for most of the applications. So we can use generative AI to generate data. We'll see some of the examples in the coming slides. Now, what does Gartner to say about generative AI and today? It says that by 2025, 10% of the data produced would be by generative AI. Yeah. And from a drug and discovery and development, it says that generative AI, by 2025, half of it would be done by the Gen AI. By 2030, the manufacturing units, to produce, the product development would be one third of it would be done by Gen AI. That's a huge amount of activities which Gen AI would pitch into. Now let's understand what are the different ways Gen AI can be used, what different AI Gen AI systems. So here again we have four scenarios here: generating text, generating images, or generating new audios, and generating new models. When I come to the first one, generating text, here we are trying to generate new social media posts. We can generate new articles, new draft, or we can draft new mail content, which is not possible with AI. And here, when I say of generating text, the scenarios what we have, the system is GPT-4, which can generate human-like text. Some of the applications what we've been using here is ChatGPT and GitHub is some of the applications. And we know that this is not very old. November 2022 is what ChatGPT was introduced, right? Early. Then we have generating images. New photographs can be generated, videos, new artworks can be generated. We have the technology like GAN, generative advisory networks, which can generate realistic images. Some of the applications which we have is Midjourney at Delhi 2. Then we have generating audio. New music albums can be generated. New audio recordings can be, easily made. We have OpenAI MuseNet, and can generate musics in various styles and forms. Application is AI Composer is one commonly used. Then we have generating models, new 3D models or any other type of digital medias can be generated where we use this OpenAI DALL-E 2. This can generate digital media including 3D assets. Yep. Now, image to image conversion using Gen AI. So here I have a couple of examples on how image to image has been facilitated using Gen AI. I imagine I have a day photograph which is taken, in a city, and then I'd also want to see how does it look in the night. You know, I've already traveled out of this place. I can still use Gen AI to visualize, how the same image would look in the night. So day photograph to a night photograph can be made easy. A black and white photograph or a monochrome image can be made into a color. An old photograph which was taken a couple of years ago, or maybe in the mid of 1950s, or which is pretty old, can be visualized into how does it look in today's colored world. Then photo at one angle to another. You can see this lady here. She's in the front pose, can be seen how this can be at a side angle. When the person is walking sideways, backways, all this can be generated. A photo from one season to another. Similarly, I have a photograph which is, I have traveled to a place and it was autumn, and then I would want to see how does it look in the rain, during the rain or summer. That's what it can do it for me. Photo of an old face to a young one. How does an old person today in front of us would look when he or she was young? And then you also have images to emojis, which is one of the you know most asked requirement of today. Everyone want to have their own emojis. Now, other applications of Gen AI, have classified here into three main things: synthetic data generation. As you've seen in the first slide, synthetic data becomes very essential for the AI models, because the amount of corpus of data which required is too huge, and getting you know this huge amount of data becomes difficult. So especially in today's scenario, the autonomous vehicle, 50 more than 50% of the data generated is using synthetic data using Gen AI. Coding can help create code in any programming language: Java, C, C++, Python. You name the program, you can have the coding in a couple of seconds. Film restoration, the old format of video, dating to earlier times, can be formatted to overcome gaps and distortions, and the Gen AI can also repair and restore these videos. Yeah, that's a huge amount of restoration can be helped of these old films. And I think I've come to the last slide, but this is an important slide again. What are the drivers of generative AI? And or I should put it into another way, that why generative AI now? So the first point what we hear is the exploration of data. Obviously, we know that there's a huge amount of data which is available today, thanks to the computing devices, smartphones, cloud systems, and social networkings. So we had IoT, cloud computing, AI, ML, all the way towards quantum computation. You see, from another angle, we did evolve from transistor, integrated circuit, IBM Systems 360, and so on. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, some of the social media, so social networkings, which have exploded in these times. Then we have the second point. I have continuous advance and a breakthrough in Gen AI theories and concepts, like what we see in GAN, Generative Advisory Networks, Transformers, way back in 2019, diffusion models. The third point is the advancement in the AI theories, like we have reinforcement learning, unsupervised learning, deep learning, with a couple of layers. So this is again, pushing towards the contribution or enhancement of Gen AI, or making it available in today's time. The big companies actively funding academic researchers, and this activity of funding, you know, uh, has made learning made easy, and also these are being made available to the public as well. So I have a massive people using it, so that again becomes easy for me to push things into the market. Open source projects like Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, all these are again a contribution, which is anyone could use it with hardly any commercial attached to it. Advancement in high power AI chips. We have the advancement which we did started off with the GPUs, graphical processing unit. Then we have the tensor processing unit. We also see the neural processing unit, and all the way to the quantum processing unit in quantum computation. So this advancement also accelerates the availability of Gen AI in today's time. Also, the system like CUDA, the powerful software system like CUDA, making easy to develop AI applications for GPUs. So all these, have accelerated, or I should say, put forward to see Gen AI in today's time, which was not possible some time ago. Yep. With that, I come to the last slide, and thank you so much, and thank you for your time. And I'll see you in the next module, where we understand more on to the generative AI or Gen AI. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.